Yeah, good afternoon. Let us start. Okay, so we are discussing about back propagation. So last class we have discussed like the overall idea of back propagation and what is the role of uh, partial differentiation in back propagation that we have discussed. Okay, so we'll be continuing with that. Uh, so, so what we are trying to do basically, why we are doing back propagation, all these things. Basically, we want to identify the optimal solution. That is the solution uh, without error or with very less error as possible. Okay. So you can consider this as the search space. So if you see this diagram, what it represents in the sense. So this is the search space. Say this is the optimal solution. Optimal solution is at this point. Say currently this is our solution. Okay, so it means that there is this much error is there. Now with back propagation we are going to adjust the error. After adjusting the error in one round, maybe the error may reduce to some extent. So in the next round our solution may be here. So it means that it is coming down. Okay, so it is coming down. Like that we should come down, so and we should finally reach this position where there is no error or the error is very minimal. Okay, so this is what is happening in back propagation. We are adjusting the weights appropriately so that the error will be minimized or the error will become zero. Okay, so now if you see here we have mentioned this thing, that is the original solution and the solution that we got after the first round. So if you see these two things, this is the first solution, I mean first round. In the second round we got another point here. So 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 how we got this is by changing the weights. Okay, so there is a movement from initial weight to the adjusted weight. So you can see when during initial weight this is the solution you are getting, and after adjusting the weights this is the solution you are getting. So the solution, the difference in the solution or the movement from the initial weight to the adjusted weight can be represented as a vector. So this is a vector. If you see, this is something like a vector. This is a vector. Okay. So if you see a vector has two things. It has magnitude and direction, right? So this movement of the value from one point to another point can be represented as a vector. Okay. So if you say that this solution has A before adjusting the weights, and if this solution has B after adjusting the weights, then this can be represented as a vector like AB vector. Like this it can be represented. Okay. So that's what it mentioned here. So this can be represented as a vector AB vector. Okay. And this vector, it contains two things. So in the previous diagram, if you see, it is moving from one point to another point. Okay. So moving in the sense what? Then it is moving in, there is a change in x coordinate and also there is a change in the y coordinate. Okay. So there is a change in the x. So the change in x is represented as vi plus 1 minus vi. So v, you can consider vi is the original value for x coordinate, and vi plus 1 is the updated one. So I mean the new point, so the difference between that, vi plus 1 minus vi, so that much change has happened. Similarly, wi may be the old y coordinate and wi plus 1. So wi plus 1 minus wi is the change. How much change? So the change is not only in x part, it is also happening in y part, so that we are differentiating like this. We are representing in two, I mean the change in x is represented as vi plus 1 minus vi, and the change in y part is represented as wi plus 1 minus wi. Okay. So this entire thing vi plus 1 minus vi can be simply, you can call it as del v. So del v is nothing but change in this v part, and similarly this entire thing can be represented as del w, which is nothing but change in the w part. Okay, right? So change, so whenever there is a change, so it means what, this point when it is coming here, there is a change. So this change can be calculated with the differentiation. Okay. So this is change in v. So change of error with respect to v. So when you change v alone, how much the error is going to change. Okay. Similarly, when you change w alone, how much the error is going to change. Okay. This w and v are nothing but weights. W and v are nothing but weights. So you recall our original diagram which we are assuming. We are assuming a 3-layer neural network where there is a input layer, hidden layer and output layer. Okay. So the weights between input layer and hidden layer, we are assuming it to be v, and the weights between the hidden layer and the output layer, we are assuming it as w. Okay. So that we are using two parameters, v and w. Okay, right? So this okay, so this change in v can be represented as del e by del v, and change in w can be represented as del e by del w. That is differentiating error with respect to v, differentiating error with respect to w. Okay, where v and w are weights. Okay. So this is how the vector EAB can be defined. Okay, so EAB, this is E represents error vector AB can be change in error vector AB can be represented like this. Okay. Now, what is a unit vector? So there is something called unit vector. A unit vector is a vector whose value is always 1. So if you take, so if I say that A is a unit vector, then it means that its value should be 1. Okay. So if I say that A, B as a unit vector, then its value should be 1. Now its value is not 1. Okay. But say that I want to convert it to a unit vector, then what should I do? Any idea? I want to convert this to a unit vector, then what should I do? I want to convert this vector as a unit vector. What should I do for that? That divide this entire thing by this itself. That's it. So when you do that, it will be converted to what? It will be converted to a unit vector. Okay. So we want to convert it to a unit vector, and that is the reason why we are doing this 1 by EAB. Okay, we are dividing it by itself. It's a so that's the whole point. Okay, I think it's clear. So we are dividing this entire thing by itself. When you divide this by itself, obviously the result will be 1. Okay. So could someone summarize what we have discussed in this slide? Yes. What we have discussed so far. What is AB? What vector it is? How you got that AB? It is points on the not error solution space, or you can say solution, your solution space. This is also one solution, this is also one solution, but this solution is better than this solution. Okay, so when you move from one solution to another solution, that can be represented as a vector. What is this vi plus 1 minus vi? What is vi plus 1 minus vi? And what is this wi plus 1 minus wi? Change in what? Change in weights. We also represent weights, w also represents weights. Okay, so instead of representing like this, we can call it as del v. Okay, similarly this part can be represented as del w. Okay, and this del v can also be written as dou e change in error with respect to change in v. Similarly this can be represented as dou e change in error with respect to w. Okay, and this is nothing but the here this entire thing we want to represent as a unit vector, so we are dividing it by itself. So when you divide that by itself, you will get as a unit vector. Okay, so that is how we got that equation. So now this part, 1 minute, I think somebody is logging in. Yeah, now this part 1 by EAB, this can be, we can represent it as eta. Okay, so if you do that, you will get like this. So this AB vector equal to 1 by eta, say just eta, where eta is equal to k by EAB. Okay, so actually it is 1 by EAB, but you can also add some other constant k. You can in order to, what you call, this k is also one of the design parameter. So everything, all these things, why we are doing, we want to reduce the error. Okay, so maybe it's not always with 1. Okay, we divided by EAB because to convert it to a unit vector, but after that you may also multiply it with some constant k further to reduce the error, so that it becomes this 1 by EAB, it has become k by EAB. Okay, so now we can say that del v is nothing but, we can multiply this inside this eta, we can take it inside, and we can say that del v is nothing but eta of differentiating error with respect to v, and del w is nothing but eta into differentiating error with respect to w. Okay, v is differentiating error with respect to v, and del w is eta into differentiating error with respect to w. Okay, so this is also called as delta rule. So this thing whatever we have here derived, this is called as delta rule. Here this eta is called as the learning rate. Okay, so eta is learning rate, that previously also several places we have discussed that. Fine. So now, okay, so we'll come to this slide, but before that there is something else. Okay, so in the previous slide what we have observed is del v can be nothing but is nothing but eta into differentiating error with respect to v, and del w is nothing but eta into differentiating error with respect to w. Okay, but actually we will also add a minus sign to this. So we will not just say del v is eta into differentiating error with respect to v, but it is del v is equal to minus eta into dou e by dou v, and del w is minus eta into dou e by dou w. Okay, so why this minus sign, you may ask. The reason for minus sign is, see what we do, updated weight, always whenever we calculate the updated weight, the formula what we follow is this wjk or vij. This bar represents new weights. Similarly here also the bar represents new weights. Okay, so the updated value for updated weight wjk is equal to wjk, that is the old weight, old weight plus change in weight, old weight plus change in weight. Okay, that is the meaning, right? Similarly here also if you see vij bar, so that is the new weight for v vector, v matrix, which is nothing but the old value of vij plus change in vij. Okay, right? So now in the previous slide what we have learned, del wjk is nothing but minus eta into dou ek by dou wjk. Okay, so that's what will come here. Okay, similarly here also this will be minus. Okay, you may ask why we are using this minus. Okay, so why we are using minus means, see, so if this is the point, okay, if this is the point, we are moving from here to here. Okay, so we are considering the problem of minimization. This is what this is a minimization problem. We are not maximizing, we are minimizing. The optimal solution is available at the minimal point, at the global minimum point. Okay, so so if you are not using negative sign, then what will happen in the sense, if this is the solution point for wjk, here if I am not using this negative, say if it is positive, then what will happen, this change in, after changing the weight, the new solution will be here, it will go up. But in which direction we want to move? We want to go up or we want to go down? Where should we come? We should go up or we should go down? Yeah, we should come down. So that is the reason here the negative symbol is used. Okay, if you don't use negative symbol here, then what will happen, you may update the weight, but your solutions, it will try to identify solutions towards the upper part of the graph, but that is not our objective. Our optimal solution is available in the global minimum location, so we should come down. Okay, for that we are introducing this minus sign. So this minus sign will also work with maximization problem also. Okay, so when you are doing for maximization problem, what will happen, this itself, without this minus itself, it will be a minus, it will be negative. Okay, go in negative, so it will become minus of minus, so it will become plus. So either way it will work. Okay, so it should be minus, please remember this. So that is the reason this minus comes into picture. Okay, fine. Now let us see how the back propagation part is actually done. So if you recall the last class lecture, okay, so so the so if you want to calculate the error, if you want to differentiate the error with respect to any of the W weights, any of the weight in the, what do you call, in the if you, any of the weight in the W matrix, okay, then this will be the equation. It will be something like this. Okay, how we got this, because I think you are remembering, so I will not be going into the detail, but how we got this in the sense, so that is what we have discussed in the last class uh, fully. Okay, so if you have a neural network something like this with some neurons in the input layer. So three layers we have: input layer, hidden layer, and output layer. Okay. So we are calling the weight between this hidden layer and the output layer as W, and the weight between input layer and the hidden layer as I. Okay. So this is input layer, this is hidden layer, and this is the output layer. Okay. So now what we are going to do, say for example, this is jth neuron in the hidden layer, and this is kth neuron in the output layer. Okay, so this so this weight we'll call it as wjk. Okay, and this neuron, there are many connections, but let us take this connection alone. Okay, and this is producing some output. Okay, say let us call this as uh, something, say O2. Okay, or OK, this is kth neuron of the output layer, right? So the output of the kth neuron of the output layer is something, right? Okay, now this is what, this is observed output. Okay, error, what is the error? Error E is equal to uh, O. Actually the slide uses 3O. Okay, so O, this O represents, this big O represents observed output. Okay, observed output of the kth neuron of the output layer. Okay, so this OKO represents observed output. This O represents observed. Okay, observed output of the kth neuron of the output layer. Observed, this O represents output, observed output of the kth neuron of the output layer, minus the target output. Okay, target output of the kth neuron of the output layer. Okay, right? So it can be either way. It can be either TOK or OOK. That's not an issue because we are going to square it. Okay. So this is error. Let us, so this error we want to say, we want to differentiate with respect to this error dou E. You can mention either caps or small. That's not an issue. Say we want to differentiate with respect to WJK with respect to this weight. That is, if I change this weight, then how much this error will change, that we want to see. So this is what we have discussed last class. So what will be the result? How we will simplify this? But this error directly depends on what? before going to differentiate with the WJK, this error immediately depends on what? Yes, this error actually depends on which one? Output. So it is dou E. So it is dou E should be differentiated with respect to dou. Yeah. Okay. O. This O represents observed output of the kth neuron of the output layer. Okay. Right. Again, this output depends on what? Output depends on what? This output depends on what? No, no. Before that, this output depends on what? Here there will be activation function. Remember that. So this output actually it's a function of what? See, you should not forget these things. This output depends on what? Output depends on its own input. All outputs always all see neural network. If you see, all output depends only on its input. Only this input depends on the previous layer output and weight. Okay, so this output depends on what? This output depends on its own input, which is what? Dou input of the kth neuron of day IKO. Okay, and this input depends on what? This input depends on. I mean, input to this neuron depends on what? Uh, uh, but now we want to differentiate with respect to WJK. So we should stop here. So instead of calling it as output of the hidden layer, what you can say? You can say that it is a function of what? It is a function of the weight. Is it clear? If you are going still back, then you can consider this output. But now here what we want to differentiate, we want to differentiate error with respect to WJK. So at this point we have to stop. So it is dou IKO with respect to WJK. Okay. So this is how we got this equation. So this equation is what here we are discussing. Okay, it's same, right? So dou ek with respect to dou wjk is nothing but dou ek with respect to dou ook. Then again differentiate dou ook with respect to dou iko. Then differentiate dou iko with respect to dou wjk. Okay, right? Now all these things we have to individually we have to solve. Then only we can solve this equation. So first let us take ek. So ek is nothing but what? So so let us assume ek is represented. So ek is nothing but the target output minus observed output. You can call either observed output minus target output or target output minus observed output. Both are same. Okay. So ek is what? It is target output of the kth neuron of the output layer minus observed output of the kth neuron of the output layer. Square of that. Okay. Square of that we are also adding an half 1 by 2. Okay, that's fine. You can do all these manipulations. That's not an issue. Okay. So it's not that strictly you have to take the squared error. So apart from squared error, they are also doing this. Okay. Right. Fine. Now could you tell me how will you differentiate this? What is dou ek with respect to dou? When you differentiate this dou ek with respect to dou, yeah, OKO, what will be the output? When you differentiate this equation with respect to the observed output of the kth neuron of the output layer, what you will get? No, this equation, differentiate this equation. This is, we can directly differentiate. This is of the form x square minus 2 uh, No, Akhil, I think you are mistaken. See, this entire thing you can treat as x square. If this entire thing, if you consider this as x and this entire thing is x squared, then how will you differentiate it? Why minus 2? I'm saying that this entire thing is x. Okay. See, this is of the form x square. Okay, so when you differentiate x squared, what you will get? You will get 2x, right? So here, when you consider this entire thing as x squared, and if you differentiate, you will get 2 into 2 by 2 into t OKO minus uh, O OKO. That's what you will get. Okay. So this 2 and 2 will get cancelled. But you cannot stop with this because this is a complex function. So again you have to differentiate these things individually. Okay, when you differentiate, so you when you differentiate this, what you will get 0. Okay, because this is a constant. You are differentiating with respect to O. Okay, here there is no O. I mean 3 O. Okay, okay, O. Okay, there is no observed output here. So this term will become 0. When you differentiate this term, it will become minus 1. Okay, so the result will be what? It will be minus 1 into T OKO minus OKO. Okay, or you can say that it is uh, OKO plus so if you take this inside, okay, TOKO, right? So that's what you are getting. So when you differentiate this is what you will get. Okay, so or simply you can say minus TOK minus OOK. Okay, so this is how this first part is simplified, right? So like this, every part we should simplify. Okay, so next what we are going to do is, next we have to simplify this part. Okay, dou OOK, differentiating dou OOKO with respect to dou IKO. Okay, but for that we should know what is the output. So we know that output, here we are using in the input layer we are using a linear function. In the hidden layer we are using uh, uh, which function, log sigmoid function, and in the output layer we are using a tan sigmoid function. So tan sigmoid function is of this form. So the output is something like this. This is the tan sigmoid function is of this form: e power x minus e power minus x divided by e power x plus e power minus x. Okay. So this is how our output looks like. Observed output of the kth neuron of the output layer will be e to the power theta naught IKO minus e to the power minus theta naught IKO divided by e to the power theta naught IKO plus e to the power minus theta naught IKO. So this is the way in which our output looks like. Okay. Now this thing we want to differentiate. Okay, this output should be differentiated with respect to IKO. Okay. So actually, how will you differentiate this in the sense? Yeah, we have to discuss this separately because so I'll write it. So E theta IKO. Okay, so observed output of the kth neuron of the output layer is nothing but E theta IKO. This is e power x minus e power minus x e to the power minus theta e to the power minus theta IKO divided by e to the power theta IKO plus e to the power minus theta IKO. Okay, so this is of the form e power x minus e to the power minus x divided by e power x plus e to the power minus x. Okay, so how you are going to differentiate in the sense actually, so this is also of the form u by v. So what you have to do is you have to apply this formula u dash v minus v dash u. So that is how it should be differentiated. Okay, so when you do that, what happens in the sense e power, so u dash, so you have to differentiate this and you have to keep this part as it is, right? So when you differentiate, we are going to differentiate with respect to IKO. Okay, right? So we are going to differentiate with respect to IKO. So if you differentiate, differentiation of e power x is e power x only. Okay, so differentiation of e power x with respect to x is e power x only, right? Differentiation of e power x is e power x. This power term again, if you differentiate with respect to x, it is 1. So it is basically e power x into 1. Okay, if you differentiate e power x square with respect to x, then it will be e power x squared, okay, into 2x, right? Okay, or not like this. E power x squared itself you can mention it as 2x. Okay, e power x squared itself, say for example, if you want to differentiate e power 2x, okay, then it will be e power 2x into 2, because when you differentiate 2x with respect to x, it is 2. Okay, so the same thing is applicable here. Here we are going to differentiate e power theta I k naught with respect to I k naught. So instead of x you have I k naught. Okay, so when you do that, what you get is you will get the same thing, e power theta I k naught, but apart from that you will also get the, again when you differentiate this part alone separately, you will get theta. So theta into e power theta I k 0, right? Okay, so this is for this term. Similarly for this term, when you differentiate, what you will get is so it is, so you will get minus theta. Okay, at the bottom you will get minus theta, so already there is a minus sign, so minus into minus it will become plus. So plus theta into e to the power minus theta naught I k o. Okay, not o. Okay. So this is u dash, just this term we have done, this is u dash. Okay, similarly you have to do for v dash, similar, so u dash v, so v part we can take as it from the numerator and we can copy it down. Okay, we can copy it to the upper numerator part. So u dash v, so v is nothing but theta e power theta I k o plus e power minus theta I k o. Okay, so this is u dash v minus v dash u. So v dash, this part, so when you do for that part, what you will get is theta into e power theta I k o. Okay, plus, so again this is this minus theta. Okay, so you will get minus theta to the down, so that will become plus into minus, that will become minus. Okay, so what you are getting here is minus theta into e to the power minus theta I k o. Okay, so this is v dash, so v dash into u. Okay, so into the numerator part as it is, e power theta I k o minus e power minus theta I k o. Okay, the whole thing divided by what, e power v square, so e power theta I k 0 plus e power minus theta I k0 the whole square. Okay, so this is what you will get. Okay, so now if you further simplify, some of the terms will get cancelled out. Okay, so for example, this term is, you can multiply this, so this will be theta into e to the power theta. So say for example it is, say, e power x into e power x is what, you know, it is e power x plus x, which is e power 2x. Yeah, so the same thing is applicable here. So this part is similar to x, so it is e power 2 theta I k0. Okay, plus this part into this. So now if you see what is e power x into e power minus x. If this is minus x, then what will be the e power 0 is nothing but what, 1. Anything to the power 0 is 1, right? So that's what will happen when you multiply this and this. So this e power theta I0 k into e power minus theta I0 k, both will cancel out and it will become 1. So only theta will remain. We'll have only theta part. Okay, plus this into this. Again this, when you do this, no, what will you get? Theta e power minus theta naught I k naught into e power theta I k naught. What will be the result? What will be the result? Here also you have what, theta at the the superscript part is same, the exponential part is same, but with a negative symbol. So it is similar to e power x minus e power, so e power x into e power minus x. So what you will be getting? So basically it is e power 0 1. So what you get is theta. So here you will get theta. Okay, right? Plus when you do this, what will you get? This is both are minus sign. Theta into minus 2, yeah, I k o. Okay, this is this part. Similarly we should do for this part also. Okay, well, what will you, how, theta e power theta I k o into e power theta I k o, what will be that? Theta into e power 2 2, 2 theta I k o. Yes, similarly when you multiply this with this, what will you get? Minus theta, yeah, that becomes 0, that becomes 1. Okay, and when you multiply this and this, what will you get? Again minus theta. And when you multiply this, uh, this becomes plus, but again it becomes minus, because this theta, it will come down as negative 1, right? So it will be what, minus theta into no, okay, yeah, so it is plus only, it's not minus, no differentiation. No, I'm mistaken. So we are just multiplying, so it is this term into this term. So what is that? It is plus, right? Plus theta into e to the power minus 2 theta I k o. Okay, fine. So then the denominator part will be same. So I'm not writing that. The same thing. Now here you can see some of the terms will cancel out. Which will cancel out? This and this will cancel, right? Yeah, this will cancel out. Uh, yeah, this also will cancel out. Remaining what you have? Yeah, it is 4 theta by this part, by the denominator. Okay, so it is 4 into theta divided by e theta e power theta I plus e power theta I ko the whole square. Okay, right. So this is what the remaining term is. Okay, right. But one more thing. But actually you see here, uh, mm, yeah. So here what we are getting in the sense, we are representing this itself in terms of itself. See, after differentiating, you see our output, it is quite different. Our output, it is something like this. But here, after differentiating, it is represented, again this OOK comes, it is represented in terms of itself. The reason is, if it is represented in terms of itself, then the calculation will become simplified. Okay, so so that is the reason why it is represented in that notation. Okay, and mm, how you got in the sense, just a minute. Okay, so the point is, it can also be represented in terms of itself. So uh, so if we represent it in terms of itself, we have an advantage. What is the advantage in the sense? The advantage is, because when we want to change the weight and we want to check, no, so if it is in terms of itself, then we can easily check, otherwise it's not possible to check easily. So the output of the kth neurons output layer, after differentiating with I mean, after changing the weight, what will happen in the sense, you can just add 1 to that previous output and subtract this output from 1, and you can, if you do this operation, you will get it, right? So that's the reason we are representing it in this way. Okay, now from our equation, so uh, so if you see our equation, it is we got 4 theta. Okay, 4 theta into 4 theta divided by, this is what we got, 4 theta divided by, or 4 theta, yeah, e to the power ik plus e to the power minus theta naught iko the whole square. Okay, right. So this is what we got. Okay, now this can also be represented like this, in terms of itself, this can be represented like this. Okay, uh, uh, because what is OOK? OOK is nothing but what? Uh, OOK is nothing but, if you see what is OOK, it is, see here you see the denominator part. In our denominator part and this equation's denominator part, both are same. There is no difference. Only thing this is squared. Only thing is this is squared. This is not squared. Otherwise it is same. Okay. The difference is where? The difference is only in the numerator. Okay. The difference is only in the numerator, and this numerator part uh, can be written in some other terms also. Okay. Say for example, what we are going to do in the sense, say keep this equation as it is. Okay, 4 theta to this equation, we are going to do something like this. See, uh, we are going to e power theta naught I k naught plus e to the power minus theta naught I k naught the whole square. Okay, minus e to the power theta naught I k naught minus e to the power minus theta naught I k the whole square. Okay, if you, so this is basically, these two are same terms. So if you subtract, this is something like subtracting a minus a, it will be 0, right? So nothing, it is not going to make change to our equation, right? So like that, if you solve that equation, you will get this term, right? So that is how we got this. So basically why we are doing, in the sense we want this value in terms of itself, so that we are doing this. Okay. So what you understand, in the sense, when you differentiate the output with respect to I k o, this is what you will get. Okay. Next, so this is the second term. Similarly, we have to do the same task for the third term, that is differentiating I k o with respect to w j k. So what is I k o? I k o is this. I k o means what? Input to the kth neuron of the output layer. Okay. What is the input to the kth neuron of the output layer? How will you know that? Yes. What is the input to the, so again, if you take the neural network diagram, say input layer, hidden layer, output layer. Okay, so now we are concerned with this input. Say this is the jth neuron of the hidden layer, and this is the kth neuron of the output layer. Okay, so what is this weight wjk? So I mean, not wjk, what is this input to the kth neuron of the output layer? How will you write that? Input to the kth neuron of the output layer is what? So it's not only this input, it is also getting input from this neuron, it is also getting input from this neuron. So so assume there are many neurons are there. Okay, so this is first neuron of the hidden layer, this is j. Say there are L neurons, or say how many neurons in the, say there are m neurons in the hidden layer, so this is mth neuron. Okay, so this input to the kth neuron, how will you mention it? Input depends on what? Yes, input depends on what? Is it only weight? Is it only weight? Yeah, so how will you mention that? For example, if you take this alone, how will you mention? Say this output, let us call it as output of the first neuron of the hidden layer. Then this part, this input alone, how will you mention? It is O1K, right? O1K into, so this is out W W1K plus, so this is the first neuron. Similarly, O2K into W2K, so on and so forth. So this is jth neuron O WJK plus this is mth neuron, last neuron O into, yes. So that is how. So this is the equation. Okay. So now you see this equation. This is how we got this equation. IKO. The input to the kth neuron of the output layer is nothing but W1K O1H. Yeah. O. Yeah. This is O1. This is here. There is no K, right? First neuron of the hidden layer, second neuron of the hidden layer. This is jth neuron of the hidden layer. This is mth neuron of the hidden layer. Okay. So here only we have K, right? So now we want to, now what we want to do, we want to differentiate with respect to Wjk. So if you differentiate this with respect to Wjk, what will you get? That's the question. If you differentiate this term with respect to Wjk, what will be the result? Is there any Wjk here? If you differentiate this term, see there is no Wjk here. So if you differentiate this with respect to Wjk, you will get 0. Okay. If you differentiate this term with respect to Wjk also, you will get 0. So every term you will get 0. What about this term? When you differentiate this with respect to Wjk, is it, so this will become 1. What about this? So it is 1 into OJH. So what will be, so it is nothing but 1 OJH. Okay. So on and so forth. When you differentiate this with respect to Wjk, what will be the result? Again it will be 0. So ultimately what is, when you differentiate this with Wjk, what is the output you got? OJH. Okay. Right. So when you differentiate with this with respect to Wjk, what you will get is OJH. Assume that I want to differentiate this with respect to W2K. Then what will I get? O2K. O2H. Okay. That's it. So remaining every term will become 0. So that is what. So that's what. So that is how you got this OJH. So how you got that OJH, in the sense you have to differentiate that with respect to WJH. So you get that, right? Okay. So now we have identified all these three terms. Now we will put all these three terms in that equation. Okay. So these are the three terms. Dou ek, dou ok is, what is that? Minus 1 into TOK minus this. Similarly, when you differentiate this, you are getting it in terms of itself. Okay. So that is the second one, right? And then, and the third term is OJH. Okay. So what should we do, in the sense we are going to plug it into that equation. Okay. Okay, see, before that I would like to clarify certain one thing. Yeah. So this equation, let us, this can be thought in different way also. Okay. So how, in the sense, let me, how, so this is, I mean, how we are getting it in terms of O, okay. So that clarity I'll try to give now. Just a minute. Okay. See this part, if you see here theta is actually, we are going to, so if you, previously we maximized, when we maximize this theta will be connected with everything. I mean theta is attached here also, it will get attached to here, and also it will be get attached to here, because when you multiply this and this two terms will get theta. Okay, when you multiply this and this, then also there will be a theta. If you multiply this and this, here also there will be a theta. When you multiply this and this also, there will be a theta. So what we can do is we can take this theta common out. If I take this theta common out, then these two terms are, is it same or not? Here if I take this theta out, is this both the things are same or it's not? Is it same or not? So then what we can write? Then we can write this as, instead of maximizing it, what we can write, in the sense, we can write it as e to the power theta IKO plus e to the power minus theta IKO the whole square, like that we can write, right? Minus, similarly take this theta out. So this theta also, it is applicable everywhere. This theta, when you multiply this and this two terms will get theta. When you multiply this and this, then also there will be a theta. When you multiply this and this also, there will be a theta. This and this also, there is a theta. So this theta also, if you take out, then we will get here e power theta IKO minus e to the power IKO the whole square. Okay. This entire thing will be divided by this thing, e power theta IKO plus e to the power minus whole square. Okay, right? Now this equation we can separate it out. This denominator is same, so we can separate it and we can write it as two parts. So the first part will be this, the second part will be minus this. Are you getting? First part will be this, second part will be minus this. Okay, so when you do that, what will happen? So this theta, say this now this theta can be taken out from both the cases. The theta can be taken out. This theta can be taken out. Okay, and we can say that, I mean, this is e to the power theta IKO plus e to the power minus theta IKO the whole square. Okay, this is, and minus e to the power theta minus e to the power minus theta IKO the whole square. Okay, right? Now what is OOK? What is OOK? So here if you see, original value of OOK is nothing but e to the power theta IKO minus e to the power minus theta IKO divided by e to the power theta IKO plus e to the power minus theta IKO. Okay. Now coming to our numerator part, our numerator part is of the form what? Ah, I mean the numerator is of the form a square minus b square. Are you getting? The numerator is of the form this part you can treat as a square and this part you can treat as b square. This theta we have taken out. Okay, if you have taken this theta out, what you have this? Okay, this is of the form what? A squared minus b squared. Is that is clear? So this is a squared minus b squared. Okay, so 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 this is a squared and this is minus b squared. Okay, so a squared minus b squared can also be represented as what? A plus b into a minus b, right? Okay, and not only that, now you see this numerator part. This numerator part and the denominator is same. Numerator, I mean this first part and this denominator is same. Am I correct or not? Is it visible or not visible? What is the numerator? E to the power theta I k o minus e to the power minus theta I k o the whole square. Here the denominator is also same. Okay. So if you make this as two separate equation, then this thing and this thing can be cancelled out. Okay. So if it is cancelled out, okay, then what will be remaining in the sense you will get theta minus, I mean theta naught minus minus theta naught. Now you see this part. Now you see this numerator and this numerator. This is same as what? This is same as our original equation for this thing. Okay, this part. Okay, so this is nothing but OK. This is nothing but OK, the whole square, right? The square is there. Apart from that, there is a square. Okay, right? I think I'm confusing you, but the point is okay. See what I'm trying to say in the sense. Here we are taking this theta out, so this e power theta I k o plus e power minus theta I k o the whole square. Okay, right? Here also the theta is taken out. Assume here itself let us take. Okay, so minus this entire thing we can write as e power theta I k o minus e to the power minus theta I k o the whole square. Okay, denominator part I am not writing, it is this only. Okay, this the whole square, this is the denominator. Okay, you just remember it, this part is the denominator, right? Now this is the denominator. Now this thing can be written in a separate way. How? In the sense this part divided by the denominator, whatever the denominator. What is the denominator? E power theta I k naught plus e to the power minus theta I k o the whole square. Square is there. Similarly, this part we can separate it out. Okay. So here also then we will have theta. Okay. When you separately write, this theta is applicable for everywhere. Okay. So divided by e to the power theta I k o plus e to the power minus theta I k o whole square. Okay. Now this numerator and this denominator is same, so this entire thing will cancel out. But this numerator and this part is what? This in this case, what is the numerator by denominator? This is same as what? This is same as, oh, okay. So this becomes cancelled out. So so only theta is remaining here. So this becomes what? Theta minus theta, yeah, theta into OK. I mean another O is there. OK whole square, right? Okay. Right. So now this theta this can be written like this. This equation can be written like this. We can take theta common out. Then we can say this is 1 minus OK the whole square. Okay. Sorry, square is only for this. Okay. 1 minus OK square. Okay. This is only square. Okay. But still, so now we are somewhat close. Now take this part alone. Theta into 1 minus OK square. Okay. So that is what this it is here. Still we have not reached fully. So what we got is theta naught into 1 minus OK not whole square. This square is applicable only to this. Okay. But here we got 1 plus OK into 1 minus OK. How we got this? This before that this can be written as a square 1 square minus this, like this you can, yeah, like this you can write. So now if you write like this, now this is a squared minus b squared. This can be written as what? A plus b into a minus b. Okay. So now this becomes theta into 1 plus OKO into 1 minus OKO. Are you getting? So this is how we got this. Why we are doing all these things, you may ask. We can directly derive no. We got 4 theta, like that we can keep, no. Why we are doing this? In the sense, we want the output in terms of input. That is the point here. That is what we want. After derivating also, we want it to represent it in terms of itself. What is the input? Input is okay, no, in terms of itself. If you represent, then for backtracking it becomes easy. So that we are doing this. Right? Okay. So now all these things just plug into this equation. So we got dou ek by dou OKO. So it's here. Yeah. So dou where it is. Yeah. So here. Okay. So the first term is this dou ek by dou OK is TOKO minus OOK, the whole negative. Okay. And when you differentiate for this is what we got. Theta into 1 plus OKO minus into 1 minus OOK. When you differentiate this, what you get is OGH. Are you getting? So we got this. So this is what? This is del EK by del WJK. So this is nothing but the change in weight, updated weight. So instead of writing del EK by del WJK, you can also write it as, dou EK by dou WJK, you can also write it as del WJK, which is nothing but change in weight. Okay. Right? And this minus 1, we are representing it as eta. Not only minus 1, some constant also you can add. Right? So this is only the updation. How much update we are going to make to the weight. Okay. If previously the weight is 3, we want to add 2 means how much we are going to add? 2 we are going to add. That we have found here. Okay, as a matrix, not one value, as a matrix. For every weight, how much should be added? But it should be actually added with this 3. So that is what this statement does. So the updated weight is nothing but the old weight plus this change in weight. Okay, right? So that is how we got this equation. Okay, so now WJK bar is nothing but this entire thing. This entire thing is del del wjk plus wjk, the old wjk. Okay, so that is how we got this, right? Similarly, whatever you have did for this, so this is for w part. Similarly, you have to do for v also. V is the weight in the other end. Okay, V is the so if you recall, V represents the weight matrix between the input layer and the hidden layer, and W represents the weight matrix between the hidden layer and the output layer. So the same task should be repeated for the V matrix also. Okay. So fine. Let us stop here. If I start this, it will take more time. So this is our last topic. Okay. So with this we will complete. In tomorrow's class we will finish it off. Right. And this Saturday we will have test 2. Okay. Fine. Let me mark the attendance.